Hi, today we're welcoming JPC Allen. Good morning.
Morning.
And she writes for young adults and adults a mystery series, and it's full of faith and mystery and suspense. Not so much romance, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And she's started with a short story, and then she wrote three novels to follow in the Ray Riley series. And she's
Mhm.
currently writing a fourth novel. When will that come out, do you think?
Uh, it's slated for next year.
Yes. Okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your who you are and why you write, and maybe how your research in these suspense mystery stories. I don't even know how I would start writing a mystery.
Oh, well, I've been raised on mysteries. It started with Scooby-Doo, and the first story I ever wrote was in second grade. It was the front and back of a sheet of notebook paper, and it was a Scooby-Doo ripoff. And the boy in my class that I cast as the Shaggy character was really ticked off. So I learned about, readers' reactions at an early age. And I've just been writing mysteries ever since. And I love to read them.
Hmm. I know I
And
like to watch mysteries, like Columbo is one of my favorites.
oh yes. I did in my Ray Riley series, it started with the short story in um, this collection of Christmas short stories, Christmas fiction off the beaten path.
Hmm.
And then I had an opportunity to write the novels. And then I had an opportunity to write another short story. So this short story in this book, Ohio Trail Mix. These are five short stories set in Ohio and all tied to Ohio's literary heritage. So for
Oh,
that one, I used the same setting, fictional Marlin County, Ohio, that I used for my Ray Riley mysteries, but Ray only has a cameo. Other members of her family take center stage, and it is a Columbo style short story.
oh,
This snobby New York novelist comes to Marlin County, Ohio, and in the very first pages, he's staging a robbery. And so you know he's up to something. But is the sheriff going to catch him? And how? So it was a ton of fun to write.
hmm, that's good. I'm gonna have to read those. I haven't
Yeah.
yet. Sorry. So okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your research and how you know so much about crime and how all that stuff.
Well, when I wrote the short story in 2 weeks because there was the Christmas short story, A Rose from the Ashes, because there was a tight deadline. And I fell in love with the characters. And my publisher, Mount Zion Ridge Press, said, "Well, show us anything else you write about them." And that's when I decided I should really do some research into law enforcement in Ohio. And I found it fascinating. Law enforcement is very location specific.
Hmm.
So, such as in Ohio, sheriffs can run for office until they die. In West Virginia, you are allowed to serve two consecutive terms. And I
How long is
believe
a term?
4 years.
Hmm.
And I think, is it Alaska and Hawaii? No, Alaska. I don't even think Alaska has sheriffs. So it's fascinating to know all the different laws. And one thing I did that was so helpful in 2020, my county offered a citizens academy. It's absolutely free. They take 20 people, you apply, and for 11 weeks, we met once a week, and I learned all about law enforcement,
Oh,
canine officers, uh, the drug department, dispatching. It was fascinating.
I
And
bet it
so
was.
I've tried to keep up whenever I start plotting. There's a lieutenant at the sheriff's office. I can funnel questions to him, how would you handle this?
That's cool.
And for my latest novel, which is just is coming out,
What's it called?
A Riddle in the Lonesome October. I got the title from an Edgar Allan Poe poem, and
Oh,
I did research trying to find a poem that would work for me, um, because there's a lost inheritance, and Ray's great aunt and her family are one of the heirs, and it's been lost for 70 years, and the clue is in an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
oh.
So, for research for that novel included looking into Bigfoot. Ohio has a tradition of Bigfoot hunters. There
Really?
is a Bigfoot conference at one of the state parks every May. So there's Ray's uncle is in a serious horse riding accident, and his daughter who was with him said a monster scared him. Well, what was that? So that was fun to research. Um, because Ray's uncle has this accident between their farms, so they're out in the middle of nowhere. I had to research what kind of first aid would you do if you had no resources.
Hmm.
Um, and the researching Bigfoot was fascinating because even as a little kid, I was interested in mysterious animals like the Loch Ness Monster or
Yeah.
the Yetis. So it was kind of like going back to my childhood to do research on what Bigfoot hunters are looking for now.
Okay. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even when you get involved in a story, it's like almost being on vacation, I think. But kind
Well,
of,
I love it, but it's hard work,
mhm.
especially the first draft. I find the
Mhm.
first draft almost painful.
Yeah.
And then when I get it all written out and go back and polish it, I'll think, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought.
Hmm. That's good. Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about the Riley series, the Ray Riley series, and who is she and how old is she? And
Well, the series starts when she's 19. And
mhm.
in the short story, A Rose from the Ashes, which you don't have to read to start the novels because some people prefer the novels. Um, she comes to Marlin County, Ohio. Her mother has just died, and her mother gave her clues to her father's identity. And she has come to figure out who he is. And if he tried to murder her mother when her mother was pregnant with her, when
Oh,
she was 20 years before.
oh,
And so she discovers her father's family. And through the course of the novel, she's getting to know them. She finds out she has this huge extended family, and there's an outlaw branch. And getting to know her father uh, kind of mirrors many people's walks getting to know God.
hmm.
Uh, but raised Christian, so the dilemmas she encounters trying to solve mysteries, she tries to apply her faith to. And so it starts with this Christmas mystery, and then the first novel, um, A Shadow on the Snow, it
Hmm.
takes place in the winter. And Valentine's Day, there's a big pivotal scene on Valentine's Day, and it ends on Good Friday. And then the next story starts on Memorial Day and ends on Father's Day.
Oh,
And then, like I said, A Riddle in the Lonesome October takes place in October and climaxes on Halloween. And then the next one is going to be set around Thanksgiving. So if you like reading stories around the holidays that are set during the holidays, I have a story or novel for just about any occasion.
okay. Good. Okay. But your website has more on it than just your books. I
Yes.
was looking at it and there's just tell us a little bit about what you offer on your website. It's jpcallenwrites.com.
Yeah, I offer on Mondays a writing prompt, usually with a photo.
Hmm.
And then on Thursdays,
Oh,
I offer a writing tip. And each month I have a different theme. August theme this year was Christian fiction. And now September's is going to be setting. And I've thought a lot about the craft, and I like to teach it. I was a children's librarian for 10 years in public libraries before I had my kids. And I learned what libraries look for in programming. So when I became a stay-at-home mom and really started to pursue writing, I also put together PowerPoints to lead writing workshops. And I love that. I love teaching writing.
mhm.
So my website is an extension of that love of inspiring people with the prompts and giving helpful tips to other writers, regardless of the genre. It's not just mysteries.
Hmm. Well, I know some of the people in my sphere that will be watching this have children who are upcoming writers, and some of them are writers already. Some of the adults are writers also, but some of the children are wanting to be writers. So even those people can get something from those prompts too.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Yes. One thing I like to do, I actually have a teen workshop scheduled in November at a local library, especially with the teens. I really think when you're a young writer, you need to explore. Don't just decide I'm going to write an epic fantasy novel. Try all kinds of things. I mean, that's what I did. I was very bored in high school, so I was often writing on the back of homework, and I experimented with all kinds of things.
Hmm.
And the prompts I think are great for inspiration. And I think as you get, move into adulthood, that's when you really can start knuckling down on the craft. How do I shape dialogue? How do I create suspense?
Hmm.
And I love to be able to help people with that.
Hmm. Sometimes you just don't know what to do. And I have been taking a class, and one of the things I've learned is just think of maybe three things that you want to write about, maybe three scenes, maybe just little something, not even a big deal. Could be
Hmm.
just a little description or something. Just think of three things and then take the first thing or whichever one of them you want to write about and just write about it for 7 minutes. Set your timer on your phone or whatever and write for 7 minutes and stop. And for some reason, it just unlocked my brain
Yeah.
because I've got this like short time limit and I'm forced to think about it right now and write it down.
Yeah.
And it's
Sometimes when
surprising how things can just fall out.
yes, sometimes when I'm working on a first draft, I keep thinking I need a bigger chunk of time. I don't have enough time to sit down and do this. And a writer friend of mine, Betty Boswell, said, just tell yourself you're writing 250 words. Just tell yourself that. Because she said, if you sit down and do that, you'll almost always write more.
Oh, you will. Absolutely. You'll want to not stop at 7 minutes either.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to trick yourself into
Uh-huh.
getting the
Yeah.
writing.
It's really funny, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like a writer block and you just kind of jump over the wall.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, I hope that everybody will pick up your books. Where can we buy them? Or check it? Are
Um,
they in the libraries too?
it depends on where you are. You can get them in Ohio libraries,
Hmm.
um, but they are on Amazon. They're on my publisher site, Mount Zion Ridge Press. In fact, my newest one that just came out, if you want a paperback version, it's $2 off until October 1st, and the paperback is being delivered now. The
Oh,
ebook you can pre-order, and it will come October 1st.
okay. Okay. I like paper.
Yes. Yeah. Well, when I work on a screen all day, um, I think reading on a screen would feel like work, so I like physical books.
Yeah, I mean, I just like turning the pages and
Yes.
yeah, feeling them. I don't know. I don't know. It's tactile.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I I love Christmas because I love to get books. That's if I don't
Yes.
get a book at Christmas, it doesn't seem right.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I think that's about all we have today. And we will definitely check out your books and your website too. And I'm gonna, for one, get some of them. And also I'm gonna, start looking at those prompts and things. I did sign up for your newsletter. How often
Yeah.
does that come out?
That comes out quarterly, but I usually have some special ones
Hmm.
come out because a book is coming.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
will definitely have one come out October 1st and at the beginning of December.
Hmm. But that's not a ton of emails. So please, if you're interested in writing on and these mystery books, please check her out. They're full of faith as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so just check her out and sign up for her newsletter.
Yeah, it's in the sidebar on my website.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much.
thank you for having me.
Uh-huh. Bye.
Bye.